Hey there. So, this is going to be a very, very short video on the episode of Iyanla Fix My Life. So, I'm tired. It's late. I know the episode came out, I think, Friday, but I have a life and I have stuff to do. So, I ain't want to come be bothered with y'all, whatever. I'm just playing. But I don't have that many subscribers. Hopefully, I'll get some more now that I have a better way of filming, because before I was filming on my phone and it sucked. I'm just gonna be honest. I couldn't edit because I didn't have a laptop and I didn't know how to edit. So they would just see me like rambling, and if I hated like one part of the video, I would throw the whole video away. Just throw the whole damn video away. So that was too much work. So with that being said, hold on, this closet door is bothering me. I'm about to go shut it. So let's talk about Iyanla Fix My Life, the episode with Kamaya, the girl that was taken at birth, well, 8 hours old, from her 16-year-old mother. And it was all over the news back when it happened. Her mom was crying. She was saying, I just had her. She's my first child. I want my baby back. Yes, I'm only 16, but I have feelings and emotions. And she was crying, and Lord knows, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. It really did. To see a 16-year-old already go through the fact that you're 16 and pregnant. You done carried this baby to term. You done had baby showers. You know what I mean? Your people around you done got excited and dealt with the fact that yes, you are 16. Yes, you are having a child, which I'm pretty sure there was some disappointment in the beginning as far as your parents and stuff are concerned. But I'm pretty sure they got to the point where they were like, okay, she's having a baby and we're going to be excited. We're going to take care of this baby. It's going to be a new addition to our family. Her dad said that he didn't know her mom was only 16 until the baby was born. So it was gonna be some drama. It was gonna be some drama growing up. But in that event, she was snatched. So she was raised by her abductor. So they came to Iyanla Fix My Life to try to repair the relationship between the mother and the daughter, because the birth mother and the daughter, because they don't really speak to each other, because the birth mother has a problem with the fact that her daughter still calls her abductor mom and still talks to her every day, still has a relationship with her and a lot of love for her, even though this is a person that her mother, her birth mother, has spent, God, 18 years hating. I mean, let's just be honest. She's hated this woman for 18 years, and so has her father, because she took their baby at 8 hours old. Like, the dad never even got to hold her. All he was able to do was see a picture of her because he wasn't there at the delivery. And so she was gone by the time he could even get involved. You know what I mean? So the dad didn't even get to see her in person or hold her before she was taken. So, they find out on down the line or whatever, they get their baby back. So now they're just trying to like build a bond and a relationship. In the beginning of when it first happened, when she was first reunited, it seemed like she had a bond with her dad immediately. She didn't have a bond with the mom, and like most of the interviews, she was saying like, it's a work in progress, but she had like this instant bond with her dad, and she had siblings through him that she bonded with as well. And I thought that after seeing that, like, this might be okay. They might be all right. But she still had a lot of love and care towards the abductor. She knew she had to go to jail, but she didn't want her to have to go to jail for a long period of time, because at the end of the day, that's the only person she knows is her mother. She said she had a normal life, and now her life is just kind of out of control, which I could understand. I mean, snatched at birth, raised your whole life to think somebody is your mother, and then you find out that's not really your mother. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. And that probably would be a lot to deal with emotionally at 18 years old. You know what I mean? Well, she actually found out when she was 17. The world didn't find out until she was 18, but she had known for a year and a half before the whole world found out that she had been abducted, and that the lady who raised her was not her birth mother. So the birth mother who was supposed to come with her, because it was supposed to be to help them heal their relationship because they don't speak to each other. Her and her father speak. They don't have the closest father and daughter relationship, but they speak, and she's in his life. But her and her mother have a roller coaster of a relationship. It's up, it's down, it's all over. She says they'll be cool one day because her mom's in a good mood. Her birth mother is in a good mood, and then the next day she'll block her on Facebook and cuss her out. And being a mother, to me, I'm like, if you sit back and think about it, you had a baby at 16, you went through all of this emotional and physical change in your body and emotional and physical change with just within getting ready for a baby, getting ready to become a mother, and then somebody just takes it away. That would kind of be like losing your baby at birth. Like you did all of this stuff preparing for a baby, and then the baby doesn't make it. You have a stillborn or something. That's kind of how I feel like it would feel. And people would understand you grieving your child because that's pretty much what you have to do if you don't know if she's ever going to come back. So when you get the opportunity to get her back in your life, like, what? What? You got a chance after 18 years to get your child back, and you chose not to show up? As a mother of two children, there's nothing on earth that I can see keeping me away from wanting to have a relationship with my children. Like, nothing. Nothing on this earth, period. So to me, I know that the mother is upset and she's in her feelings and she has every freaking right to be. Let's not get that. Let's not think that I'm saying she doesn't have a right to be in her feelings, because that mother has every right to be in her feelings. Your child was abducted from you when you were 16 years old. You had all this time in life pretty much thinking that she was dead, because let's be honest, she did. You thought that. After a couple of years with no sightings, no new tips, no information, that's what's going to run through your mind, is that somebody stole my child for whatever reasons and now she's dead. That's exactly what her mother was thinking. So she probably closed that chapter of her life. She probably mourned her baby, had more children, and closed that chapter of her life. And then the scab was just ripped back open when the little girl was found. And it's supposed to be a happy moment, hip hip hooray. And the little girl really can't bond with you or like get to know you like that, because you want her to come in and be like, oh, this is my mom, and that other lady is a monster. But that's the only person she knows as her mother her whole life. She's never known any other mother. She's only known this lady. This lady has raised her. And if the lady hadn't been abusive and, whatever, of course she's going to love her. That's her mother. You know what I mean? That's the lady she's been ride or die with. The girl didn't graduate high school. So obviously her mother didn't do a horrible job, even though she's a criminal. Let's get that right. Gloria is a criminal, okay? You went in the hospital and stole somebody's baby because you were mentally unstable and you're probably trying to keep a man, and you just decided to take somebody's child to keep your family and your man or whatever. And that's not right. You're a criminal. Yes, you deserve any and everything that they gave you as far as time. But I can understand where she's coming from as far as, I hope I picked it back up where I left off, because my laptop was dying thanks to children who don't know how to plug it back up. Try to get back in the right mind now. I might have to edit this part out because Jesus only knows what in the world is going through my head right now. But shit. Now I forgot where I was at, y'all. Hold on. Hold that thought, y'all. I need something to drink. Okay, so I'm back. But I needed the applesauce too. But she is going to have an emotional attraction. I mean, attraction. Jesus. That's what I'm saying. Like when people stop me. But she's going to have an emotional relationship with this woman because that's the person she knows as her mother, right? It's logical, but I can also, on the mother side, see that where she would want her to feel, to know how she felt. Like, you were taken from me. I did not give you up for adoption. It wasn't something willingly. She just snatched you, and then I was just poof, no baby. And she had to grow and live her life praying and hoping and wishing that one day, maybe just one day, her baby would come back. So when she got her back, I think she expected her to just kind of already love her and already be this person in her life. But it just didn't happen that way. So I think that that's why they can't seem to see eye to eye. And so the little girl was told, hey, I'm going to keep you here overnight to get into the process. And Iyanla wanted to make her mad. It was like the process to kind of like stir her to get into her feelings because she was kind of just like, I don't feel nothing. I'm fine. It doesn't make me feel sad. And of course, she had some deep emotional scars from being told at 18 or 17 that the person that you've known as your mother all these years is not your mother. Like, of course, that like turned her world upside down. But instead of her talking about how she feels about it, she's saying, I don't feel anything. I'm fine. You can call me either name. Like, she doesn't kind of want to deal with the situation. She doesn't want to call the lady that's in jail her mother. She doesn't want to call her a liar. She doesn't want anybody to call her a liar. She's really protective over her. And I can see where that would make her and her birth mother clash. Because, of course, her birth mother and her birth father have a lot of hatred towards her, a lot of disgust and disdain towards Gloria because of what she did to them. And so when you hear your daughter that she stole from you speak of her in a positive light, of course you're going to be like, what? And I'm pretty sure she doesn't like being around and hearing them speak about her in a negative light because she's very protective over her because that's the person she knows as her mother. You know, mother jokes, what you say about my mama? What you said about my mama? Like most people are. So it's a crazy situation I would not want to be in, honestly, because it is a difficult situation. And like Iyanla said, everybody's kind of pity patting around because they don't want to set her off and don't want to make her mad and for her to leave all over again. Her dad is scared to lose his child that he was looking for 18 years. He finally got her back for 10 months. So, of course, he doesn't want to do anything to push her away. So, he's just kind of playing to whatever makes her feel okay and makes her stay around at the moment. And like Iyanla said, none of you all said all these positive things about her, the person that she is. Nobody said that she was disrespectful. Nobody said she was violent. Nobody said she was volatile, that she was angry. And they're like, oh, we haven't had to see this. So in 10 months, you haven't had to see her be disrespectful, volatile, or angry. That's because she's not being herself. She's being the person she thinks you want to see. And let me just tell you the level of disrespect and pettiness, and I don't even know what to say as far as the father is concerned, but the level of disrespect coming out of her mouth. Like, baby girl, you are on national TV talking to someone who is trying to help you. Like, this lady is here trying to provide you with some kind of help because she knows what you're going through, because she even shared her story in the beginning where until she was 30 years old, the person that she knew as her mother who raised her, she found out was not her real mother. Her birth mother died when she was 2, and nobody had told her this. So her whole life was spent with all of these secrets around. So she, Iyanla shared her story in the beginning. And then she, just started a conversation trying to just let her know that she could kind of understand where she was coming from and how that felt. And for her to not only disrespect as far as word wise, because Iyanla said we're gonna keep you here, and you can leave if you want to, but your father and your boyfriend won't be answering the phone. So she's mad. That's my ride. How you gonna tell my ride to not answer the phone? If you really wanted to leave and your ride couldn't take you, the people that you rode down there with couldn't take you, they have Uber, they have Lyft. I'm pretty sure we could have found you a way home without doing all that. Like if you really wanted to leave, I'm pretty sure we could have found you a way home without you calling her man looking big bitch. Like a man looking big old bitch. She could have found a way home without doing all of that. And so for her father to sit there and try to say it was Iyanla's fault, like we don't have to see this. She doesn't do this. She's just venting. Venting doesn't make it okay for you to disrespect a woman 3, 4 times your age who is here to help you. Like she left her home to help you because she knows that you're having issues with, what's going on in life, which is understandable. Like, come on. That would be understandable for anybody with those particular issues. Like we would all understand you being angry. We would all understand you having issues dealing with that. And she is a real outspoken little girl. Like she's really loud and really her voice is like raspy, but she can get really loud. She's not shy at all. From the day that the cameras was like in her face, she never backed down from like an interview. She never like didn't know what to say. She was always really outgoing and outspoken. So that I liked about her. You know what I mean? I enjoyed the fact that she was an outgoing, outspoken person. And I just wish that the episode could have went to day 2. Like I really wish she could have stuck it out and handled what was going on that night in order to get to the finishing outcome. Like I understand that people are like, she pushes people too far, blah, blah, blah. But the little girl does need therapy because she does have issues. You going off on this grown woman, threatening to slap her and everything, to where Iyanla had to back up and just wash her hands up and was just like, I'm done. I'm done with it. You done called me too many bitches. You done threatened to hit me too many times, and I'm finished. So she was like, not everybody can get the healing if they're not ready for it. So she feels like the little girl just isn't ready for healing, and that she prays that eventually she'll be able to come back and get what she needs, which I don't see. I don't think she will. I don't really even think that her father feels that she needs to go to counseling to get help for her issues. And as we see, her mother pulled out. Her mother don't want nothing to do with her because she's like, nah, I ain't with it. You posting pictures of you and this other lady on your phone, on your Facebook and your Instagram from my mama. Of course, that's going to hurt your birth mother because she didn't have a choice. Your birth mother, her rights were just taken. You know what I mean? Gloria didn't give her the right to give her child up. She just took her from her. And so, of course, her feelings are going to be hurt. Like, her feelings are going to be devastated to see that you still call this lady mom and that you still go to bat for her and take up for her. I would feel the same way. I really would. I feel that way. And I feel like in this particular case, this little girl is going to have some definitely trying times in life. She's going to have a lot of emotional issues because nobody thinks that she needs help. Everybody's like, oh, she just needs time and she's just venting and it's not that big a deal. And she's not Alexis, she's Kamaya. And she says, call me either one because I answered her both because she doesn't know who she is. Let's be honest. That girl don't know who she is as a person because her whole life was a lie. And so now her dad is trying to baby her because he didn't get the chance to. You know what I mean? Like he didn't get the chance to baby her as a baby and growing up. He didn't get a chance to hold her on his lap or baby her and give her whatever she wanted because it was taken from him. And I'm mad that as her mother, her birth mother, you couldn't find it in your ability to push through and make it for her. She said she needed her to be there with her. She said that She needed to talk to her and make sure it was a good idea. She didn't want to be there without her. So, of course, she was going to look for any reason to leave when she could. She already didn't want to be there without her mother, who decided to flake on at the last minute. So, and she was scared to call her birth mother. That's why she asked Iyanla, Miss Iyanla, can you please call her because she'll cuss me out. She wanted her to be there, but she still couldn't seem to get out of her feelings enough to push through. When you have children, your feelings and your emotions and your hurt and your pain take a second place to what your children need from you. There are plenty of times where I have been in my own emotional warfare and my children have needed me for whatever they were going through in their emotional warfare. And I had to stop what I was doing and give my all to help them through because that's my number one priority. And your number one priority as a mother should have been to be there for her during this time. Get out your feelings and roll with it. Do what you have to do to overcome and rise above it. As Black women, we are strong. We have no choice but to be strong, especially as Black women or single mothers. We have no choice but to be strong. We have no sick days, no sick leave. We have to make it happen. We have to be in here and do what's best for our children. And as a mother, a birth mother to this girl, you should have been there like she wanted you to be there. And the fact that you didn't shows what type of person you really are because that was not cute at all. Daddy showed up, daddy's wife showed up, and the boyfriend showed up, but her own, she lost both mothers at this point. The one that raised her is in prison, and her real biological mother won't even speak to her. Like, she went from having a mother to having none, like, in the blink of an eye. And instead of realizing that and putting yourself in her shoes and having compassion, you are worried about your feelings and how you feel. You've had 19 years to deal with the fact that your daughter was stolen from you. You had 19 years to deal with the fact that your daughter was abducted from you. She's had 10 months to deal with the fact that her whole life was a lie. 10 months. So I'm pretty sure that after 10 months of your daughter being abducted, you are still dealing with it. And I'm pretty sure people felt sorry for you and still understood that you were still dealing with the fact that your daughter was taken from you. Like, so the fact that you can't get out your feelings for long enough to be there for your child, like, and I know she's young. I get it. Because Kamaya's what, 19? So that makes her mother 35. Yeah, 35. That makes her mother 35. My age, pretty much. I'm 32, not 35 yet. But pretty much my age is what her mother is. So I can definitely understand, like I said, why she feels the way she feels and whatever, whatever. But like I said, at 32, if my children need me for something, I'm going to be there no matter what. And you had 18 plus years to deal with the fact that your daughter was abducted from you by somebody and raised by somebody. This baby had 10 months to realize her whole life was a lie. And you are mad. You are angry. You are hurt. And that is wrong. Not wrong that you feel the ways that you do. It's wrong that you taken your hurt and your anger and your frustrations out on this innocent child who had nothing to do with the whole situation. She didn't cause any part of the situation. You, the kidnapper, like y'all have all had time to process this. She hasn't. And I felt like as a mother, that was a piss poor ass job to not be there for your daughter. Even after being called, you could have showed up and she probably would have stayed and at least went through the process and got out what she felt. I know as Black people, it's hard for us to go through therapy. And it's hard to not only just go through therapy, but to apply what you have learned in therapy to your everyday life. So they may have learned something if they stayed, but who's to say it would have been applied to their everyday life? Nobody. But it would have been a good show. I'm just going to be honest. That would have been good as hell. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. Because I am I'm disgusted. I say, y'all be pushing people too much now. You be pushing folks too much, but in therapy, you gotta kind of get down in the nitty gritty. You gotta get down there and push them to where they feel what they feel. But sometimes she do go a little too far. But in this one, this lady is a grown lady with grown children and grandchildren your age, and you saying fuck this bitch and this big bitch and tell this old bitch to shut the fuck up talking to me, and you swole up in her face. I mean, you'll smack her like what? You said the lady raised you right. You had an average life. She was a good mother, and you love her. And then your dad standing there, and he's talking to Iyanla, saying you're just venting about. He's not talking to you. He's not chastising you. He's talking to Iyanla. He's saying he's making excuses for you. So that lets me know that the woman who raised you did not raise you to have respect for your elders, did not raise you to have respect for people, did not raise you to know how to carry a conversation with someone. Jesus, how to carry a conversation with somebody, how to express that you're angry and frustrated without being disrespectful because it's possible. It's possible to tell somebody that have made you mad and tell them the reasons why without calling them every bitch and threatening to slap them. So somebody fucking up because that little girl is disrespectful. It's plenty of folks that piss me off on a daily basis. I'm not about to go around calling folks bitches and threatening to slap them because I'm grown and I'm intelligent and I know other words to use than curse words. Like I know other words that I can use to express my anger. I also go to counseling though. There's nothing wrong with counseling, but people like let's get over that stereotype, please, 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 please. Because there's nothing wrong with counseling. I hope the little girl get what she need. I hope she gets better. I pray to the Lord above that they can figure out something for this little girl because at this point, that show, baby, I was so hurt and angry and like I was all over the place. It was like an emotional roller coaster for me because I was angry at one moment. I was hurt. I was amused. I was angry again. I was disgusted. I had so many emotions after watching this episode that it was ridiculous. Like, why? Why? Why are we acting like this? And then at the end, she brought on the first girl, the first story of, what was the girl's name? I'd be damn if I can remember. Carletta, something. The girl who was stolen and, all that good stuff. And she did the same thing happened with her. She still looked at the family as her, was it Manigo? I think that might have been a Manigo people. Maybe not. Sorry, I'm all off track. I can't remember the movie. The movie had Keke Palmer in it. It was a Lifetime movie about her, and it had Keke Palmer in it. But that lady came on at the end, and she just talked about how it was confusing for her when it first happened too, and how she had to seclude herself from everybody and just sit to herself and write and figure out what was going on in her life. And that's what she wanted to convey to the little girl, that she knew what she was going through and like how she would have to like sit with it, figure it out, work through it, figure out who she is now because she might not be either of these people. She might not be Alexis or Kamaya. She might be somebody completely different, but she got to take the time to figure out who she is for herself. And that would have been a good thing for her to hear. So I hope she at least watched the episode and watched that what the lady said at the end. And I pray somebody help this child because it was sad to see. But that was my take on Iyanla Fix My Life with the Kamaya girl who was taken. Y'all tell me what y'all think because I'm all over the place. I'm so emotional. Now I'm about to go get in the bed because I might cry. I might drop a few tears. That shit was sad. Bye, y'all.